Okay, I still don't know how to introduce these. I basically start it and go, we're in GFN Gaming, Bat and Chat, episode 4 now. There's been 4 episodes. Me and Ben Palin, me and Ben has just come and played the hardest game that Krew can go into, maybe apart from Warp Coven, in the Legionaries. I won. I'm just going to obviously.
The result reflected the tier list.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Also my pained expression every time I had to roll 5s for continuing everything.
It feels disgusting having a team that hits on 4s, then with Quicksilver speed. I basically took, if you listen to this, you probably watched the bat rep, but I took Slanesh on pretty much everything, so that after they moved, they'd be -1 to hit, which is disgusting. Quicksilver speed does feel too good. Pardon me. Yeah,
so in an attempt to counter that, I basically spanked 3 CP on 3 different rounds on Vengeance for the Meanband. To be fair, it got me 2 kills.
I was going to say, that was pretty good, actually, You sacrificed a doggo to get Relentless, and it did pay off.
And to be honest, Life Siphon came in, so the new Balefire medic, in effect, saved your leader
and my Icon Bearer.
And the Icon Bearer. So
he was actually. I mean, not surprising, but he came in literally like my leader was left with 2 wounds, and that's what I healed.
Yeah.
It's very useful.
Which would have also been a 3-point swing, because you would have been equal on the kill up.
So I wouldn't have got the extra.
You wouldn't have got the extra, and you wouldn't have held the central
one.
Thinking back through the game, my positioning with the Stalker and the Warrior was shocking. So I shouldn't have given you a double kill.
So that was the only thing that I was like, that's good. That's maybe a misplay with the positioning. I was able to
split them out.
The extra inch with Slanesh did help. Obviously, I could get them both, but
and then not seeing that. I don't think I could have got the bow into cover with only 6 inches, so I was stood kind of in the open
when the leader came out,
which then meant I couldn't contest centre, but I couldn't contest the centre anyway because the leader's scary. Krew feels CP heavy.
I was going to say, apart from into Legionaries, which isn't a fair matchup to most teams, how did Krew feel to you? CP heavy, you're saying?
Yeah, CP heavy. I think they feel better than in the last. So the way the mark works on the Kill Broker now, and then him being able to shriek, which again, I didn't position Kill Broker particularly well to actually...
It's got to be within 6 inches
shriek him onto someone. Which I realised after I killed my first mark, I realised that my initial plan was that the Kill Broker was going to be pretty central, and I'd put him as far away from everything as possible. So he ended up giving the excellent, accurate to the Birdman.
The Birdman.
The person who actually you don't want to be doing any fighting or shooting. So tactical masterstroke from me there.
It's a good one.
Threw away, throwing away a dog for no...
That was rough to get. I mean, that was Quicksilver speed because you hit with everything, and then
rolled all 3s.
You rolled all 3, so you hit nothing, and then you had a single crit, and then rolled everything into nothing again.
Which you then parried away. Yeah. So the aim of that was actually the thing that I'm quite liking about Krew is there's quite a few ways to combo now. So obviously the Cold Blood now, who when he's shooting against something that's wounded, he's lethal 5.
That was quite nice, yeah.
If he's shooting against something that's injured, he also gains rending.
Oh, that's even better, yeah.
So, I mean, you're likely to injure something on Legionary first turn, but the aim was obviously run the dog in, get 2 hits, which I didn't do.
Yeah, it was rough.
Plan was do a little bit of chip, then Vengeance for the Meanband, damage you so that you were wounded, and then I've got then the crack delivery on lethal 5.
Yeah.
And probably should, and I wasted my mark first 2 turns putting it on the Balefire. I thought the Balefire was going to be more aggressive and try and get a shot.
It's a temptation, but you were quite well hidden. There was no obvious shooting for him, so I kept him back, knowing that turn 3 and 4 he keeps people alive, and he did.
And he did. He turned the game. I guess probably my dick move was
the
cut skin.
The anointed. That was a dick move.
Yeah, I mean, so
you even said gotcha.
Yeah,
I gotcha.
Yeah,
motherfucker.
So,
yeah.
I mean, you go have one of those. I mean, to be fair,
I'm glad you got me.
The utter confusion on my deployment when you're wondering why I was just putting 3 models
just out in the open. I was like, Ben, are you play like what's going on?
You've forgotten how to play.
Like this is crazy. I should have known.
Equipment.
I should have known.
Yeah, that's the other thing. 12. It's nice having 12 activations, but deployment wise, it's 12 is. 12 is
bordering on
tough. It's probably not too bad on Volcus though, because it's just
everything's heavy. But you're tied into taking equipment to keep your guys behind cover effectively, aren't you?
Yeah.
Unless you're into a melee team, you are basically having to always spend an extra CP, extra equipment point on a heavy barricade.
Yeah. Pistola.
I thought he was good.
Is excellent.
When you took that room, I was like, that was great because I was like, well, I can't. You took him down to 6 wounds. I was like, well, I can't activate him now because then you just kill him straight away. And I was like, damn, that's. I was debating moving him with the leader, but then moving the leader over there, I was like, then I'm just giving up the center. And I was like, I thought I was good. Yeah, I was like, I basically had to write that off.
Because my other thing was, if you go, do you just charge him rather than shoot him?
If I charge?
Yeah. So.
Oh, I thought you would interrupt the charge. I thought you can shoot point blank. Oh no, he can't.
No, if he's a target of a shot. So that's why. But thankfully, because of the movement. Yeah, but I was then going to do that ploy again.
Yeah, and fight.
So because I'm within 1 inch, so it's 2 hits.
And you would have killed. Yeah,
maybe
potentially would have killed.
Because he was the mark as well.
You were 3-4, so you'd likely to get a hit and a crit.
Would have been retaining 1 against him anyway because he was the mark. So
as long as you hit 3 times effectively, you would kill.
Yeah, didn't actually take a shot with the big gun, which is disappointing.
No, using to take the central objective.
Yeah,
got me. Scored you 1 point, and then he died.
Yeah. Sniper.
I was so happy when I thought I got overrun. I even marked him. Oh no, he got overrun over here, but then he didn't get the 2nd point because he was on the wrong side.
Yeah.
So
technically, you would have had it anyway.
I could have moved him back.
Yeah. Sniper, who's normally my absolute MVP, completely fluffed into.
Do a lot, he rolled a lot of 1s into the balefire the last turn. That was his chance to redeem himself.
That was it. Lethal 5 boosted, not stupid, shooting into something Slanesh, just hitting on 2s.
Rolled a 6 and 3 1s.
Yeah.
Was he ceaseless? Did you roll them into 1s again, or was it just that was it?
No. So he rolled 2 1s, a 2, and a 6.
And in balance, re-rolled a 2 into a.
No, because I didn't get to any re-rolls because I didn't have. So I could have, to be fair, if I'd have been thinking about it, really should have gone into the leader.
I thought that's what. Well,
get the point for the kill up. My thing was, I was like, if I can injure you enough there, then maybe I could have finished him off. Maybe he can't shoot back and kill him. Because I was like, the kill ops, we both needed to kill 1 more model for the kill op. But yeah, no, I mean, Legionaries are good. The icon, the things that kind of need tweaking in.
Let's. I mean, because I think, and I love Legionaries, but I do think they're a tad bit too overpowered, and I've got thoughts of what I think they could do. But what do you think would be reasonable?
So for me, I'm more than happy with the.
Don't say 5 operatives, Ben. That's too egregious.
Well, look, it's
egregious.
It's on the card.
It's on the card now.
There's a reason for it. So they can move.
We're not having that.
No, Slanesh Ops, when they move, getting the -1 to hit, I'm fine with because they've moved. And that's fine. The absolute team-wide -1 to hit in combat without any requirement. So, like for me, it should be on a charge.
Yeah, I think that would be better,
and that's fine. So if they've charged, or if they've if it's, I wouldn't even mind if they've moved during that round. So even if they're fighting on a counteract, So if they've charged for and then they're fighting again on a counteract, then get it then. But that's good. I mean, there's certain teams where it felt like I lost initiative in turning point 2 and 3. So I'm gaining,
the big turns where
so I'm gaining more CP,
the icon. So I got the same.
TP.
Yeah.
So you're still gaining 2 every turn with no.
Yeah, it wasn't until the last turn you got rid of it.
Yeah, no need to roll for it, no requirements. To be honest, even if it was similar to the talisman piece, so it was like
D3 mortal wounds.
Yeah,
I wouldn't mind that.
So you get to CP, but he takes D3. It's like
I still think you take it, but you
favour
chip
of
damage.
the gods thing. Yeah, and I think it's
because the gods are fickle, you know.
Yeah. So
I think that's a fair. That's decent chip damage now.
Yeah, but no, I mean they're just a very good team. I guess. Other people I've played against Legionaries probably go a bit more aggressive, turning point 1 and 2, on the hope that still being unengaged, they get the counteract.
Yeah.
So I think I was expecting something turning point 2, but you were still. I was
in conceal with my leader still, just keeping that objective.
So there was a lot of stuff on conceal, and then obviously there was a potential for a swing turning point 3 where effectively the first 2 activations of the game killed 2 Legionaries.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, you got the Anointed and then you got the Icon Bearer. The Warrior.
Yeah, Cutskin got you and then Pistol with the P1.
That was a hell of a swing. That was what I was thinking was slipping away from me. I was like, oh dear.
Equipment's good for Krew. I think I chose.
You didn't take the meat.
I chose not to take meat because I just thought.
If I'm fighting you, I'm killing you, basically.
Yeah. So it was like an implant was a bad choice.
What are they? What are they? Infiltrate and security, or no recon?
Recon, yeah. So to be honest,
you could have taken.
I could have got.
You could have got confirmed kill.
Confirmed kill.
One for each turn. You killed 4 in the end.
So. Could have got confirmed kill.
And that was your safe one because there was a guy in that room that could have been on. So you could have saved that for your last turn.
2, 4.
Which you wouldn't have killed anyone.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm trying to think where you killed them. So you killed one in that on objective 2.
One there. One
over here. Yeah, you probably could have easily.
Could have got 4, but I
could have
got 4 anyway, didn't I? So I just needed to. So probably could have pinged an implant. But then you're sacrificing the death. I don't know. Yeah. So, I mean, obviously, Command Point have now said they're officially the worst team in the game.
Before you arrived, it was like we're playing the top board into the lower board, and then you arrived and it's like, okay, so according to Command Point, number 2 team in the game against the worst team in the game. I put a post on YouTube saying, does player skill matter? Like, I was basically like, does it matter? We're playing Krew into Legionaries. This is the test. If player skill is not a thing, then is it player skill or broke ass rules? And I think we might have proved that there is a difference in the teams. Yeah. Although, to be fair, it didn't feel hopeless because you, like you said, you got those 2 kills.
Yeah, I went too aggressive, so.
You're used to a more aggressive Legionary player.
Yeah, but bad positioning there. I mean, look,
that's the only thing I can think of that was bad.
There's no. If you've lost 4 models before you've activated effectively, or you've had 1 activation in turning point 2 for trade of a few chipped wounds, you are in a
the Stride
terrible
talent
place.
Did a good job of killing 3 of those guys, and then he fell. But it was like. Yeah. That's not if I get that exchange every turn. Yeah, I think you did a good job of nullifying the Anointed because he didn't actually kill anyone. He raced forward and shot someone and then couldn't finish them off because he was throwing his pistol. Then he countercharged and he's the one you gotcha'd in combat. So you actually nullified the most scary unit that people most scared of.
Yeah, and you have got a surprising bit of hidden P1. So you've got your P1 every time. My other issue was throwing away my warrior. So you've got, because you get your P1 that you can allocate to anyone from your equipment, P1 from your warrior every turn if he wants to take it.
Oh, because you can change the ammo for free, can't you? Yeah.
To be honest, that's
probably better keeping him alive.
To be honest, I took Toxin Shot and then didn't use it.
Is that +1 damage on one of the...
Lethal 5 and stun. So actually...
Ooh, stun would have been useful.
But it felt like any time... Yeah, and then that was it. So the amount of times when I shot, but actually the things I was shooting with, I probably couldn't have allocated the
Toxins, huh?
Yeah, the ammo 2 anyway.
Oh, okay.
So it's
So you need your
pistol
warrior.
Yeah. So or leader. I think there's probably an argument for the leader into Slaanesh to go rifle.
Yeah.
I know it's only 3-4, but I'd almost rather have another thing hitting on 4s. With the toxin or the P1, so either a lethal 5 stun or and a little bit of
because you just need to retain him for stun.
Yeah, you didn't use the Vantage, so the bird did nothing. Volcus is just like
so heavy.
Yeah, because
it's great for Legionaries. Again, it's another thing that I think it just works so well because there's nooks and crevices they can hide in heavy, turn 1 and 2, and then spring out.
Yeah.
And they can take a room and quite comfortably control a room. Those 2 big buildings.
Yeah, I mean, a Legionary inside here. So, well, charging them, they're always fighting first.
I was going to say, I wonder, but obviously you get the resolve first, because I would have fought first from being in the building, but I think yours...
The TACOP resolves
forward. So I was so confident. I was just sort of like, I'll be fine. He'll be fine. But I did like that he killed him. Because when that swing happened, I was like, Kroot might have it. And I was quite happy. I was like, I think Kroot might actually have me here.
I think there was... My issue was once you'd sabotaged that, I didn't know how the hell I was clearing.
Yeah, that was going to be rough.
Because, it's...
So I got that turn 2, and you didn't get mine until turn 3. So I was a point ahead, and I kept the centre. And then turn 2, I think you stopped me, or I moved him off, so I didn't control it. Or turn 3, I should say. And then turn 4, I came back. But I just I had yours pretty much from the start. So I was able to get that +1, which is great because there's 3 up for play. So I was like, well, if I get their sabotage every turn, I should at least hold the middle because I was giving up yours.
That's just it. So because it's a very easy mission type to force someone to score nothing.
Yeah.
So if you're aggressive at sabotage, because then, well, if they can't get back on you, going back over it positionally, that first move.
Just that, really, yeah.
Mark, I should have put on something that I knew was going to come forward, really. Turning point 1.
Yeah, you might have killed maybe
so
the
at least
anointed
I'd retained into the Shrive.
Yeah.
They're a very good team. I think Slaanesh for me are the definite way to go.
I think it's so like maybe I can see an argument for people not going full Slaanesh into another elite team because maybe you're not getting shot that much because it's the same amount of activations, but I still think I'd run it most of the time because then you're being aggressive, you're racing forward.
I think I would because even against another elite team, they're now hitting you on 4s.
Yeah,
and that's the
it's just rough.
That's the thing. So they're hitting you on 4s. So the combat swing you can have going 5 dice each, but you on 3s into their 4s.
I think they're the best combat team, but was not up there. I've not played Gallipux yet, so I don't know the brutes, but I think the brutes would be hitting on 4s.
Yeah, I would. I mean,
to run them into Slaanesh.
To be honest, Gallipux just seemed so. Obviously, with that tournament last weekend, and Dan brought Gallipux, and you'd think with the heavy terrain, it's good, but. You've got your mix now of this Beta Decima and Into the Dark.
Yeah.
And the Into the Dark maps are just all big open rooms now.
Yeah.
So even if you put something in them, so that
you'd have to take barrack. Oh, they can't take light terrain.
They can't take light terrain. They can't use anything else.
Putting 2 inches. Oh yeah.
So they can't do anything. So once they're in a room,
they just get shut up.
Yeah. So and because they're no longer feeling no pain, it's just a damage reduction.
Yeah.
As if you've rolled it on a feel no pain, so you still got to roll your 5 up, and then you get -1 damage.
Oh, and it only happens once, isn't it? Or was it every time?
So it's replaced the old feel no pain, hasn't it? So instead of it cancelling a dice out, it's reduced the damage of each of those dice. So you're always doing chip damage. So even though they start on 20 wounds, it's surprisingly easy after a couple of shooting attacks before they've got in combat to make them injured.
Shooting from like an intercession.
And then they're hitting on 4s or 5s, even into normal teams. So just flat, I think. And to be honest, if you were going into another elite team, you'd probably take Chosen instead of
because he hits on 5-7 or something ridiculous.
5-7, but then if he was if you had corn up, but if you had corn up, that's 5-8.
Does it not cap out? Does it not cap out at 7 or something? Oh no, it doesn't even cap out at 7.
No.
I thought one of them caps out you can't ever do more than 7 damage. I think that might be Angels of Death. The Power Fist can only ever do 7 damage. No, so 4-7 Demon Blade,
which becomes
5-7
or 5-8.
Oh yeah, sorry, 5-8 because you take him lethal 5,
and then when he crits, it heals.
Yeah.
At the end of it, doesn't it?
So after this operative fights or retaliate, if it's not dead but it incapacitated an enemy or inflicted crit damage during the sequence, D3 +3 so you get a minimum 3 back. Well, on a 4.
Minimum 4.
Man.
So between 4 and 6 heals.
And if you're into a 7 wound
lethal 5, rolling 5s, more than likely if you get your 2 crits, you've just done 16 damage. You've killed anything in the game. Well, any other elite.
They hit if you hit into a normal intercessor, they do 4 damage, and you go, I guaranteed that back. Oh well, it's my better guy. Well, I roll D3 and I get 6.
Yeah, to be fair, Assault Intercessor hits you for 5 back, and you still go, back to full health.
Back to full health, pretty much. How are you finding the game in general? We've played a couple of tournaments, I'm guessing, or at least one.
Yeah, played one tournament.
How do you find the edition?
Was a bit. The competition was mixed. I'll try and
the right person won it, though. I feel like.
Yeah. The
Vespid won it. How do you feel the edition's doing?
I think this first balanced data slate has got.
I think it's going to be a big one.
Yeah, I think they've. So, I fully understand that elites in the last game, the activation advantage was massive against them.
Yeah, they had
because any team that was bringing AP always had more activations and could wait you out, and then you were always running that risk of if you tried to do something. Counteract's fine. Counteract with no penalty.
It's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, and for there's certain things that is just broken. I mean, the Angel of Death sniper needs to work.
Shooting from silent. They need to figure that out.
Not be able to do that 3 times.
3 shots a turn.
Yeah, I think the game's all right. I think 9 crit ops there's some of them that are really janky.
Yeah.
So I think
I've yet to have one where you don't need to read it more than one time.
Yeah.
You can't, maybe loot.
And secure.
Loot secure, yeah.
So I feel for tournaments, they almost need to decide which ones are the
these are approved for the tournament.
What I would say is, and again, so we've seen quite a big score shift there. I think there's quite a lot of feel bad with the scoring in this round. So, like we saw at the tournament last weekend, I think you get, if a person's doing well and winning and they're a good player, they absolutely crush the other person.
Yeah.
I feel that there was ways in the previous version of Kill Team where even if you were losing, you could play for your attack ops, or you could with 6 objectives. There was always a way to be potentially. So even if the other person went 4-2,
you could still maybe
every
end
round,
up getting
you could
10
get
points
and then some of your attack ops, and whereas it's potential depending on what you've chosen that you can get absolutely crushed in this, and I think that's not great for new people coming in. The one thing that I hope they kind of clear up with an FAQ is the vantage relating to the fortresses. Yeah. So obviously, ignore obscuring.
Basically, anyone that's on it, or the target or the shooter, you ignore anything connected to it.
Yeah. So
obscurity. So
for me, like the large one where you're on the small vantage, but you're then able to then shoot someone who's just behind the wall. It feels like that shouldn't
It doesn't make a whole lot of sense that you ignore the wall that's like 8 inches away from you for shooting.
It's weird that they brought back the floors being able to
give cover
because they did that. Remember they did that in one of the FAQs or data slates once, didn't they?
I think so.
So within the game, so probably like year 2 or whatever, they brought it in. We didn't even go a full 3 months because it was so horrific. Allowing
all the snipers were just
so it's so horrific allowing a concealed sniper. And I know they've tried to get around it with the concealed shot, but then you still got.
There's still some that can shoot forever.
And it feels very odd you being able to position round 1 if no one's got seek light or you're not on the same level. A guy just stood completely out in the open on a vantage.
Yeah, but because
on conceal, you just say, can't get shot. Not sure about that. No, I think it's all right. I think I'd have play around now with probably. So that's the first time or second time I've run implant.
Oh yeah.
Don't think I'd run it again.
I don't know. It's a weird. You kind of basically confirming you're not going to get kill ops max. You have to let them live.
Probably should have gone recon kill confirmed.
Kill confirmed probably a better choice.
I was just trying things out. To be honest, when you went to Slanesh, I just assumed you were going to be in my face. So I thought, well, I'm going to die. So instead of doing the chip damage, I might as well just do an implant.
Yeah. It's not. Yeah, it's a fair theory.
Yeah, I feel. Could I have done any of the other ones? Infiltration. No, because I don't think I was ever in your half, so I wouldn't be able to do surveillance.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually.
Wiretap. No, because you need to. I'd have to spend a point to do poach to then wiretap an objective for you to then because you need to be You need to do it every turn.
Oh, really?
Oh, it's horrendous.
That doesn't
and
sound
then you
too
get
great,
a point if they're on concealed, point if they're on, and another point if they're on engage.
Yeah.
And then
what does wiretap do? Is that the extra?
So you do an action on an objective, and then if an enemy operative ends the turn within control range of your wire or on that wiretapped objective, you get a point if they're on conceal. You get 2 if they're on engage.
Oh, yeah, so it seems like it could be denied quite easily.
So. So some of the tech ops aren't great, but yeah, no, it's like anything.
Faction tag ops again? I hope not, because they felt like teams would get like too good at tag op, and then they would just max.
I hope not. Keep it how it is for now.
I wouldn't mind new decks coming out and they'd be like, there's a new deck that's called Onslaught and it's just killy, or there's a new deck called Super Conceal and it's all hiding, but everyone gets faction ones I wouldn't want.
Yeah, or even if every now and again they refreshed what was in the Seek and Destroy and the Infiltration, and just be like, right, nobody ever takes Wiretap, right, okay, Wiretap's dead now, and we'll bring a different Infiltration tack up in.
I'd quite like that. Mix them up. Yeah.
The 3 objectives.
It does play to the elite strength. It does mean that, like in this scenario, you can just go a turn where it's a weird. I know what you mean about the feel bad, because you're not just holding objectives to get points. You're holding objectives to deny points as well. Whereas you didn't necessarily used to be that. You'd be like, well, I can't score it, but I can take it from you. You could do that in the old edition. But this is proper, like, if someone's up on the primary, there's a chance you're scoring 0 on the primary because they've taken both objectives, and you're like, well, I've got nothing now. Yeah. But yeah, so 3 objectives, it plays nicely to elites as well.
So it'll be interesting at the Worlds to see what people are taking.
Heavily elite.
Hopefully, or elite killers. So, like, I quite liked Hirotech. I think they're hurt by not having fly anymore, though, and stuff. I think all the elf teams are in a good place. So Hand of the Archon.
Hand of the Archon, Corsairs.
Yeah,
I think you're forcing the hand of any legionary player to have to maybe dip in a Nurgle to kind of reduce the P. And then maybe because your hitting's quite reliable as well. They hit on 3, so it would only be up to 4 if you were taking some Slanesh. Whereas I think maybe then you're like, maybe negating some of that piercing is more worth it. I don't know. It's rough actually, because there's only a bunch of piercing.
And Corsairs, power weapons are always going to be.
That combat's actually surprisingly good.
And and now they've got access to re-rolls and different different things.
4 saves.
Good. Yeah. And then hopefully it won't just be a sea of Inquisition with Kassakin.
Is that the other?
Well, I mean, because I think you can take like, well,
all the melting
plasma goodness, and Kassakin are now hitting on 3s out of the base.
Yeah, that's a great number.
So bye Breaches, hello Kassakin.
Yeah,
and then they've even specified it in the actual like text of the recon.
Oh
operative.
yeah, I'm reading it.
Whatever it is. That even worked. So thank you for the game.
Yeah, thanks very much for the game.
Thank you for destroying the crew and keeping them firmly at the
Keep them firmly
bottom.
at the bottom. It's official. They are the worst team in the game.
Yeah.
Official. Well, thanks so much for coming around. This is the end of Bat and Chat episode 4, I guess. Okay. That feels about as official as it gets.
Good. Cheers, Ross.